Viewers, wherever you're watching us from, welcome here on Angaliba Television to another edition of Mindset Change. Remember, in this program we bring you different topics ranging from politics, entertainment, sports, religion, just to mention a few. But here we're going to talk about the current affairs. At the moment, there's a lot happening in the country. We are going through an economic crisis. The Kwacha has devalued. We would like to know what is the impact of this devaluation. We would like to know how is this devaluation going to affect people? Is it going to affect the residents of this country positively or maybe negatively? This is why we bring you mindset change, so that you can know the impact of such stories. Stay there as we continue with the program. Once again, welcome to Mindset Change here on Angaliba Television. Today, you're with me, your host, Alex Splendor Ngulube, and I have a guest in the house, Professor Chanthunya. He is also the Chancellor for Blantyre International University. He is also an economist. That is, I understand you're an economist, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, so today I'm with him and we are going to talk about the impact of the devaluation. We understand that a lot of people are having misconceptions about devaluations. A lot of people don't understand it. A lot of people would like to know how it's going to benefit the country or not benefit the country. We are going to hear more in this program as we continue to talk to Mr. Chanthunya. Welcome to this program, Mr. Chanthunya.
Thank you very much, Alex.
Yeah, you're most welcome. As I've already explained to you, there's a lot of myths that people have concerning what we are going through currently, concerning the devaluation of the money. Some people think this is it's a hard knock to their lives. It's also something that came unexpectedly at a moment where the country is already going through difficult situations. Maybe if you could just briefly explain to us to say, how is this devaluation going to affect Malawians, especially in this moment?
Thank you very much. Of course, what it means is that the prices of products that we consume are going to go up quite a lot. If you remember, there was 25% devaluation earlier on in the year, and there have been other devaluations that have been effected through auctioning of foreign exchange every month, and then the 44%. So the actual devaluation is probably 80%, which is quite a lot. So you can expect prices to go up by 80% or even more. And that is going to have a very big impact on the cost of living. And many people, especially those who are in the low income category, are going to find it very hard, if not impossible, to afford the basic commodities that they need in their daily lives. So it's not an easy thing that has happened. It's quite serious. Yeah, but maybe they had to do it. I don't know. But maybe what we need to look at is whether what they're hoping to achieve will be achieved through this devaluation.
Right. Maybe there is a presser. There's a point where they pointed out to say maybe the devaluation of the money is going to encourage local investors, local entrepreneurs, or local production. Maybe it will promote the local production so that we can export more. Since the importation is going to be expensive, maybe what are they trying to achieve? Is that going to work?
It all depends. In economics, we look at the elasticities. We call it elasticity. Maybe I will explain. The price elasticity of demand for exports and the price elasticity of demand for imports. And these are absolute figures that we normally calculate. And if we add them, if it's the answer is the coefficient is greater than 1, then we say devaluation is going to work. So we have to look at the elasticities of price elasticity of demand for our exports and price elasticity of demand for our imports. I did some calculations and I came up with 0.24 in the case of the elasticity of demand for our exports. No, that's the imports, sorry, elasticity of demand for imports. And for exports, it was I might be mixing them up. It was 0.07. So the total is the two elasticities. It was 0.31, which is much less than the 1%. So that theoretically means that it wouldn't work. In fact, it will not be able to achieve the objective of having a balanced trade. Yeah, so in the short term, because it depends how long this is going to be, but in the short term, certainly it cannot be achieved within a year. Yeah, so you expect a deterioration of the forex situation, and maybe after some time, I don't know, if at all it's going to be responsive in terms of exports responding to the devaluation. It will take a long time. But in the short term, 1 year, 2, 3 years, I don't see any prospect of this achieving the intended results. What happens, maybe I should explain.
Yes.
In the short term, you see that the elasticity of demand for imports, I said it was the 0.06, which means it is very inelastic. So although the price of imports is going to go up, you'll find that we are not going to reduce importation. We're not going to, it's inelastic. Regardless of the price of imports, we will continue to import. And then when you look at the elasticity, price elasticity of demand for our exports, what you are hoping to achieve through devaluation is that the price of our exports to foreigners, that is, to those who buy from us, will go down, which happens with the devaluation. And then the foreigners would be able to buy more from us. But the question is, would foreigners buy more from us? How long is it going to take them to find our goods having become cheaper.
Yeah.
For them then to say, let's start importing more from Malawi.
What is it that we have?
Yeah, then also, what is it? Are they going to continue? Are they now going to demand more tobacco, more sugar, more whatever those products, more cotton from us? Are they going to do that? It will take time for them. But do we, do our products become cheaper when we export? In export markets, they don't become cheaper when we devalue.
Yes.
Because you find that in any case, we quote in US dollars, don't we?
Yes.
We quote in US dollars. No one quotes in Kwacha. So our exports do not become cheaper. But as I said, even if they became cheaper, it will take time for foreigners to switch their source of imports from other countries to us. So I expect a worsening of the situation in the short term, 1, 2, 3, or even 5 years. I don't see anything improving.
Maybe the pressure from the minister, if I quoted him right, one of the things that he said the government is trying to implement is to actually bring experts that are going to explore the opportunity of mining in the country, so that that will be part of the things that might attract investors to come in the country. Do you think maybe that's enough, or maybe will that help?
It would help maybe to some extent, but mining is also a primary commodity, like agricultural commodity. We call them primary products. Now, primary products don't have much prospect in foreign markets. What you need is to export manufactured products. Manufacture this. That's how you can hope to increase your exports, by exporting manufactured products, not these minerals, not agriculture. You have Zambia had a lot of copper. It was in problems. Even Nigeria or with the oil. There is no future in exporting unprocessed primary products such as agriculture or mineral.
How unproductive is that?
Pardon?
How unproductive is that if it does not? How does it work for it not to be enough to actually step?
As I said, the demand for these things in foreign markets is not big enough. And also I talked about the elasticities. You are not going to increase the export of these products. Remember that the foreign countries are already importing these things. And maybe they are, with technology, also reducing the imports of these. So it will help to some extent, but not to the extent that we need to reverse the situation of lack of forex. What we need is to go into manufacturing, and maybe the government could take a bold step and decide that they ban the export of anything that is not processed, so that people are forced to manufacture products here, process the raw materials that we have in this country, the agricultural products that we produce, so that we export manufactured products which have a market. No one wants tobacco these days, especially the leaf in foreign markets. Smoking, I think, has gone down considerably. I remember flying to UK or anywhere, as soon as the plane took off, they switched off those lights and people were smoking. Now no one smokes on the plane. And you go to Europe, you go visit these public places, no one is smoking. In fact, you will say, notice, thank you for not smoking. So you have to go to the toilet maybe to smoke there.
Yeah.
You have to hide. Yeah, so I don't know, even tea, sugar, people are concerned about sugar, diabetes and so on. Yeah. But sugar maybe is a manufactured product that we export.
Right, yeah,
do we have much land?
Yeah, I was about to get to that. Do we actually have enough to process? Or, are we doing enough to encourage these farmers maybe to grow these kind of agriculture products that can help to stabilize the economy? Are we doing enough? Do we have enough of that maybe at the moment?
It's difficult for me to comment on that. Yeah, but I remember I was doing a study for the Ministry of Trade. It was to do with how we can take advantage of the Africa Continental Free Trade Area. And we looked at sugar, and I had discussions with somebody from Ilovo. I think he was responsible for production, and he said they didn't have much capacity in terms of increasing production because the land is limited and so on. But maybe if the smallholder farmers can be encouraged to grow more sugar cane, and then they can sell the sugar cane to Irofo and others, maybe the Salima sugar, then we can produce more sugar. But we also have to look at the demand for sugar in foreign markets, and we are not the only ones producing sugar. I think there is a lot of competition. Zimbabwe produces sugar, Mauritius produces sugar, Swaziland produces sugar, Kenya, and all these, Zambia. Yeah, so there is that competition there also. So it's not automatic that when you devalue, then your exports all of a sudden increase. No, it doesn't work that way. Yeah.
There is a point that the press also say that, or maybe will the devaluation also maybe can it affect the confidence of the investors in the country? Can it affect?
I don't know whether investors are after a currency that is worthless. Because when you devalue, you make the currency worthless. What it is able to buy is very little, isn't it? So I don't know whether that's what investors are after. From my point of view, investors want, of course, an environment where policy is predictable. You don't change policies today, tomorrow it's a different policy. They want that. They also want where the taxation is not much. Here the taxation, I think, is too high. It's killing industry or businesses. So they will not come with the level of taxation that we have. Also, you have these very high interest rates here, because most of the time you need to borrow to finance your operations, but you are going to borrow at 40%. You are dead before you start. These high interest rates. The Reserve Bank is increasing the policy rate, and in fact they are going to increase the policy rate again because the inflation is going to go up following this devaluation. So the central bank, in an effort to reduce inflation, they think by increasing the policy rate, then inflation will come down, which doesn't happen. They just make the things worse. Yeah, that's what happens.
All right, so maybe there is also an issue of banning the black market, because at the moment they feel maybe the black market people, they are the ones maybe that might also be contributing to the affecting the forex. Do you think it's the right decision to ban the black market people?
I thought it was already banned. It has always been illegal, but there have been the players there in the banned market have always been there. So why has it not been able to get rid of it.
Yes.
The law, I don't think, has ever allowed the black market. So I don't know the effect, or what they are saying is something that has already been there. It's banned. It has always been banned. So what has changed? I don't see anything that has changed here. Black market yakalapo jambileni inde yoti choka ifa yoti tsobananira kuti achita bani pamene nali yoletsedwa mkalekale apa ndesindikuonapo kuti zitheka yayi. In fact, when you have so many restrictions, that's when the black market thrives a lot. Like they are talking about having fiscal police, they're giving them more responsibilities or whatever to ensure that no one deals in foreign exchange. Anyone who is not licensed or registered. They are talking of fiscal police doing that. They are talking of anyone who imports to declare where you go to the forex and all this. Other countries have experimented with this and they never succeeded. And I don't think Malawi is going to succeed. That's when it thrives, and you will not see any forex. Yeah, and the fact that the Reserve Bank has been having these forex auctions, and it appears they are going to continue with these forex auctions, maybe more frequent. Maybe they will be moving towards the floating exchange rate, maybe, but with the continued auctions of foreign exchange, you expect people to be holding their currency, because then they'll be engaging in speculative activities, holding the currency so that they can exchange it at a better rate when the Kwacha has depreciated even more. That's when they will, so this is going to exacerbate the situation. Instead of improving,
it will just
it was the color.
All right, the minute to do banking about the program, your mindset change right live on Angaliba Television. The Kalido videos and the program. Watch out as we are coming back with another with what needs to be done, what needs to be actually the steps that have to be taken to make sure that we actually do with this. So stay there as we come back.
So they want I to change my identity musically. So they want I to change my identity musically. Some music race, commercial race, political race.
Anderson uchigawo china chimene tikumaliza kucheza ndi Professor Chanthunya amene ndithu ndi katswiriso pa nkhani ya zachuma kupatula kuti iwo ndiyeni yake ya skulu imene ya ukachenjeri ya Blantyre International University komanso iwo amatha ndithu kusambaza kapena kulakatula za mmene nkhani ya chuma imayendera. Ndeno ndikupitiriza kucheza nawo timve kwenikweni kuti kodi mmene kwacha yatsikiramu kodi mwina chomwe chimayenera kuti achite ndi chani, kapena chomwe amayenera kuti apange ma decisions amene kuti apange abwino amene angapindulire Amalawi onse ndi otani. Ndeno tikhale tikumva malingana ndi iwowa kuti akuganiza bwanji pa nkhani. Professor, mchigawo chichi tufuna kuti mwina mungotifotokozera kuti takamba tu za mmene kugwa kwa kwacha mmene kungakhudzire miyoyo yathu, kuti mwina inuyo mmene malingaliro anu ndionera kuti kodi zimenezi pakwena kuti pachitike chani, ukapena kuti tachedwa.
Tachedwadi kwambiri chifukwa choti takhala tikudalira kwambiri kumatumiza kunja zinthu za agriculture. Mama za agriculture zoti sitinazichite process kuti zikhale zichatimati manufactured goods zopangidwa kuma factory. Timangotumiza monga ngati foja masamba ake aja ndapene timatumiza malo motumiza tidzitika ya ndudu tinso timangotumiza kaya ndi masamba kaya zambiri nyemba timangotumiza nyemba zija kaya ndi nandolo sitichita process kuno into manufactured products. Sindidziwa zikopa za sabatozi kuti kapena timangotumizanso zikopazo malo mopanga sabato. Cotton amene tili naye timangotumiza ya lintija amene uja malo moti bwezi tikupanga zovala kuchokera cotton muja tiwombe salu zokuzipanga kuzipita masafari suit ngati ndavala or matrauser madresi machani. Mutaona Bangladesh panopo ikutumiza kunja zambiri magarments ngati amene zovala billions and billions of kwacha. Ndiye ife titalimbikira Malawi kuno kuti tsopano samatumize kunja zinthu zoti sitinazichite process kuzipanga kukhala zinthu zopangidwa factory zingatithandize kwambiri, ndiponso kuti anthu ambiri apeza ntchito. Mwinanso aboma adakangoti basi kuyambira lero sitilolanso kuti wina aliyense azitumiza kunja zinthu zoti sizinachitidwe process. Ifano muchite encourage anthu olo akunjawo amene amagula kujeni ma raw material athu kuti abwere azizapangira kuku mwachite encourage zichite process. Zinthu zopangidwa factory zingatithandize kwambiri, ndiponso kuti anthu ambiri apeza ntchito. Mwinanso aboma adakangoti basi kuyambira lero sitilolanso kuti wina aliyense azitumiza kunja zinthu zoti sizinachitidwe process. Ifano muchite encourage anthu olo akunjawo amene amagula kujeni ma raw material athu kuti abwere azizapangira kuku mwachite encourage. Ndiye zimene zingathandize. China nali ine ifa zambiri zikumapanga ifa IMF ndi amene amakutiuza iwaja sindikhulupirira kuti amakhala ndi chidwi choti ifeyo titukuke. Zimakhala kuti interest yawo is to keep us poor, kuti azibwerabe kumadzachita ifa mwina adzasowa ntchito. Maiko ngati Malawi itati yatukuka iwaja samapita maiko mene kuliko tukuka. Ndineyo sinaone dziko lomwe linatukuka ifa yotsatira mfundo za IMF. Nde kunali kuchokako mupugwe limene la IMF kuti tizipanga tokha malamulo tizitsatira mfundo zathu zopanga tokha. Monga ngati izi za amati policy rate Reserve Bank amakweza ati kuti inflation itsike. Koma akachita kukweza policy rate ija inflation ija ndiye makwera. Ndiyeso mabanka amachaja ma interest rate yakuluakulu. Ndeno zimakhala zovuta kuti business ikakongole kuti kapena ipangire zinthu tunena zoti tizipanga kuchita process for ufunika capital yoyambira umano ngati capital ukaitenga pa interest rate ya close to 40 pafupi 40%. Kodi ungakhale ndi business imene abomawa amaita mwijeni ndrama zomwe amagwiritsa ntchito kuyendetsera ntchito ya zambiri za boma nzoikhala reported. Achire import kwambiri. It's import content rimari ya boma government expenditure is over 70%. Yeah, so amena bweretsa mavuto. Si anthu amba kuti munamizire ma black market ndiwo waboma. Ayira borrow too much. Then ramazijaga kuchira borrow zimapita ku capital hill kuja mwene kuja zimagaloba matumba mwa anthu masivo servant ena ndi choncho ma minister alajani amene amafuna zimagalimoto zikulu zija zima kaya ujeni marijani zima land cruiser amangoenda mtauni koma amafunira nji 4x4 fuel gas laso sibanja fuel wambiri so kumele kuli problem ya forex kuti tichite solve problem ya forex achite reduce government expenditure maybe pali ma organization ena kapena anthu maposti ena bomamu oti tikozokhala upandako
monga ngati chali mwina ofunika titaona kuti kodi izi zofunikira kwenikweni izi maybe ndimamva kuti mwina kuma ministry kuli ma PS angapo more than one kala nkakhala rumbodzi yekha mlembi mmodzi
mmodzi amakhala mwina atatu anayi kodi onse okofunika oloma ministry ena tikhozochita kumbayi then so ma organization ena ena ndimaona kuti mwina wena ngosafunika some parastatals or regulatory bodies which are just breeding grounds for corruption. Kumene kumayiriwa chocho kuli mera, kuli chani makra, kuli chizindizi, all these are breeding grounds for corruption. Of course kupama konso edi. Koma chachikulu ndimaona atatsitsa misonkho, atatsitsa so ma interest rates. Komano kuti muchite choncho IMF, as long as muli ndi IMF simuthaifo wacho mukamakabureka ndalama amakhala ndi macondition oti kuti tupatse ndalamazi mupangeza kuti ndeza kuti amatiuza kuti tipangezo nzosatithandiza nzopitiriza kuti tikhale pamavuto ndeti kukhoza kuti aya tipanga izi black market sitilolaso kuti ikhale chani koma sizitheka zochitanso devalue zo sikuti ujeni tiphulapo kathu ya sitiphulapo kathu ngati titiphulepo chidya chilichonse kuti zinthu zipitirira kuonongeka zikhala wese.
Tingakhalebe ndi confidence kuti we are a sovereign country.
Sovereign ndi makabwereka ndalama kwa depending on IMF, we sovereign. For zomwe tupange zimene atiuza IMF kapena World Bank iso ndi sovereignty yoyo ine sindiona pamene
kompano tutasangala 56 years of independence.
Mayo dalira kupemba zibachititsa manyazi lero kumudzi ukamangoti lero wakapempha mchere kwa neba kera kamamba kunena kera amatopa nawe ndeso zimakhala zochititsa manyazi. Ina ndimaona kuti kuli bwino kuchoka kwa mabungwe amene wangati IMF, World Bank chifukwa tikhoza kutha kuyendetsa dzikoli opanda iwo pato kama resources amene tili nawo ndiokwanira tilati tikuagwiritsa ntchito koma sitigwiritsa bwino ntchito bwino yayo tumachita spend kwambiri zina zoti tikhoza usachita spend ndalama zimenezo pa zinthu zimene
nazakambako nkhani yoti atsitse misonkho ngati mwina ndinaona bwino pa one of the chikalata chomwe atulutsa anduna ya zachuma amanena kuti business ina iliyonse yomwe imapanga ndalama zoposera 5 million ikuyenera kuti ifufuzidwe maso kuti aone kuti azitha kutolera misonkho kuma business ngati amenewo kodi mwina zimenezi zikhoza kuthandiza
afuna afufuzidwe zimenezo zimene zimathawitsa investment. Zimenezo ujeni ifeyo ma problem ambiri, most of the problems we have are self-inflicted by things like those. You just data the investment, both the domestic and foreign. Is something I wouldn't recommend.
Now the reason being,
well, you end up, who wants to be investigated and so on?
So in other words, people would want to run away from taxes?
They would want to, of course, yes. But why do they want to run away from taxes? It's because the taxes are too high. That's why they want to run away from taxes. But if you reduce the taxes, let's say to just 10%, let's say 15%, everything 15%, no exemption, no one would have any incentive to avoid taxes. They're trying to avoid taxes because it's too much. There's tax on tax. Where you have high taxes like here, forget about investment, foreign and domestic.
Right. There's also another point where they want to encourage international investors by granting them golden. They are calling it. They want to issue golden visa program for international investors, so that they can be citizenries of this country. Will that also maybe?
I don't know. I was one of the people who were in the diaspora. I regret having come back. If I had known, I would have just stayed where I was. So they can give them that, but they will meet these high taxes, high interest rates, and so on. They will want to encourage international investors by granting them golden visa program for international investors, so that they can be citizenries of this country. Will that also maybe? I don't know. I was one of the people who were in the diaspora. I regret having come back. I was one of the people who were in the diaspora. I would have just stayed where I was. So they can give them that, but they will meet these high taxes, high interest rates, for example, they will regret. But they know what is happening here. Will they come? Yes, they can issue, try, but whether they will come is something that is to be seen. Yeah, but whether it will happen, I doubt.
Right. Maybe what is your last word on this, on the issue of devaluation? Anything that you would like to add?
Yeah, zimene zifunika ndi mujandanenera kuti zinthu zimene tili nazozi tisamachite export in raw form, tizichita manufacture into finished products. Mamaka tikhoza yambirira kuzovala. Ndimamva kuti for example tili ndi rare earth imene amayusa kupanga ma components ama TV ajani banje kuchita bani or even semiconductors kuchita bani export of this kuti anthu azibwera kudzapangira uno ndazachita create jobs chani ndenso tikamachita export manufactured goods zija zimakhala ndi mitengo yabwino ukonso zimakhala ndi market zambiri koma agriculture tobacco market yake siyabiri of course tobacco control commission atiuza kuti adakachita smoke ukaya ku Middle East kundu kwene kumabe future yake suti ilipo sikuti anthu ambiri angachite import zambiri chimanga I don't know azungu sabja si maruwa ndero litachite export chimanga kapena ku Sudani koma tulephera sochita koma betingalime chibwanji land njofanira koma manufactured goods zikumene kulicha kuli prospect oti tingachiteko bwino komano pafunikanso kuti chani ma policies monga ngati ma interest rates taxation amene ofuna kuti taone tiyenera kuchita reform our taxation system. Reserve Bank ija mwina ngati singatopanga izi fa magavana aja amafuna kuti adzinenedwa ndazawo governor uze akupanga izi ati inflation targeting mwina kungozi kuthetsa kukhala ndi currency board. Currency board ndi basi kuipanga charge ndi responsibility yochita issue kwacha kuti wachayi mtengo wake basi kapena ndi $1 kapena ndi £1 isadzasinthe yayo chifukwa kusinthawo sikuti kumathandiza chilichonse ila devalue sikuthandiza chilichonse mujandanena elasticity elasticity pachichewa ndi chani price elasticity of demand for our exports plus price elasticity of demand for imports is less than 1, it's 0.3. So siringachita achieve kanthu kalikonse by devaluing the currency. So we might as well kuyika paja 1-to-1 sithandiza bali just made.
All right. Ndithu ndi mmene tachizira ndi Professor Chanthunya amene ndithu ndakatswiri pankhani zachuma kulongosa ndithu mwachindende kuti nthawi zina tikuzomati mina kupanga devalue kuti thandiza kumano there are also implications that come with devaluing the kwacha. So that's how we have concluded this program Mindset Change here on Angaliba Television. Until we meet next time, you have been with me Alex Splendor Ngulube, and I was with my guest Mr. Professor Charles Chanthunya. Until we meet again next time, goodbye for now.
So they want I to change my identity. Musically. So they want I to change my identity. Musically.
andilembera kuti ndizatenge mankhwala awa.
Oh, kalipireni kayi shortfall pakashi apo.